Good morning. Today we are going to see losses in a transformer. In our last lecture we saw the working principle of this transformer and also a power in a transformer. Okay, so the power at primary is PP, that is equal to voltage to primary into current to primary. Okay, then power at secondary is voltage induced at the secondary and current flowing through the secondary. So this is a power. So whatever the power given to the primary of transformer should be equal to the power in a secondary. Okay, so it should be Vp into Ip, that is equal to Vs into Is. Okay, so from that we saw the current ratio, that is if we solve this we get Vp by Vs equal to Is by Ip. So this is called as current ratio. Okay, so in the efficiency of transformer we saw that how efficiency is calculated. So percentage efficiency, that is we named as eta, that is equal to output power divided by input power into 100. Okay, so this is the efficiency of transformer. Output power means power at the secondary. Okay, so that is Vs into Is. Input power is power at the primary, that is Vp into Ip into 100. Okay, so this is the percentage efficiency of transformer. So ideally this efficiency is 100%. It means that the input power and output power both are equal. So output divided by input, we get 1 into 100, we get 100%. But always the efficiency of the transformer is less than 100. Okay, so efficiency of transformer is always less than 100. Okay, so it is not exactly 100% because there is some losses. Power is lost into the transformer. And why power is lost into the transformer? There are three different reasons for that. The power is lost in a transformer, so that we are going to see here losses in a transformer. Okay, first loss is a copper loss. First loss is a copper loss. Okay, we know that. So this is the transformer. Okay, and whatever the winding used here is nothing but a copper wire. Okay, so here copper wire is used, which is wound on this plastic cabin and which is fixed in this iron core. Okay, so copper loss means the copper, whatever the copper wire used in the transformer. Okay, so whatever may be the copper used in the transformer, it has some resistance R. Okay, so whatever the primary and secondary winding both are made up by this copper wire, and this copper wire has some resistance R. Okay, so as the resistance is R, the current flows through the winding of this transformer and we get I square R power loss. So I square R, okay, is energy or power. So because this is the resistance of the copper wire, and because of this resistance there is I square R power loss which is lost in the transformer. Okay, so this loss is known as a copper loss. Okay, and copper loss can be minimized by using thick copper wire. So to minimize this I square R loss, you have to use thick copper wire. Okay, so this, by using this thick copper wire, you are going to minimize this copper loss. Okay, so this copper loss is minimized by using thick copper wire. Okay, so this is known as copper loss, that is just because of the resistance of the material copper wire used in the transformer. Okay, the second one is eddy current loss. Eddy current loss. So what do you mean by eddy current? Okay, suppose this is the iron core or on which the transformer is formed, but here the iron core, if you observe here, it is used in multiple strips. Okay, so this core is built with multiple strips. Okay, but if we select iron core like one iron rod, if we select this core and there is a primary which is wound on this and there is a secondary which is also wound on this core. Okay, provided that these wires and these iron cores are isolated from each other, they are not in physical contact. Okay, so if there is an iron core, primary and secondary windings are wound on this iron core. In this case, this magnetic field, you know the principle of transformer, whatever the changing magnetic field produced in the primary is cut by the secondary, and because of that EMF is induced in the secondary. Same time, this changing magnetic field is cut by this iron core, and as this changing magnetic field is cut by iron core, then current is induced or EMF is induced in the iron core, and which generates the circulating current in the core, which is called as eddy current. So it is circulating current which is called as eddy. Eddy means it is a eddies in the water. Okay, so eddies in the water, भवरे असतात पाण्यामध्ये, त्या पद्धतीने हा याला eddy आपण म्हणतो, eddies in a water. So this such type of this rotating current is generated in the core. So we know that as there is current I, there is some resistance of this core R, so there is I square R power loss. Similar this, there is also I square R power loss. Okay, so some power is lost in a copper, some power is lost in the iron core. Okay, but you have to minimize this eddy current loss. So you can minimize by using this structure. Okay, so we are not using the iron core in the form of rod. Okay, we are not using the iron core in the form of rod, but this iron core is built by using E-shaped, English letter E-shaped plates, laminated plates, and I-shaped laminated plates. Okay, so these are the E and I shaped laminated plates pressed together, and these are isolated from each other. There is no physical contact. There is some layer. If you observe that some solution layer is deposited over these strips so that they can not in physical contact. If they are pressed together, they are not in a physical contact with each other. Okay, so this E and I shaped, you have to arrange alternate of this so that you form a structure like this. Okay, so see here, so because of E and I shaped strips, the structure is formed in this manner. Okay, so this same structure is used in an inductor. So this iron core inductor, we saw this iron core inductor, the same structure is used for that iron core inductor is also. Okay, so there is a plastic cabin. Okay, so here, so over that plastic cabin you have to wound primary and secondary. Okay, so like this you have to wound that same thing. So this is the plastic case. Over that plastic case you have to wound primary and secondary. So this is the primary one number of turns, and from other side there is a secondary. Okay, so this is the structure. And because why these laminated sheets are here, because we got a cross sectional area is too small, so that's why there is a very small eddy current rotates in that plates. So eddy current is decreased, so this I current is decreased because of this structure. Okay, so we get iron core but cross sectional area is very less, so we reduce this eddy current and we reduce this eddy current loss. Okay, so there is a copper loss and we reduce it by using thick copper wire. So there is eddy current loss and we reduce it by using this E and I shaped laminated sheets. Okay, so this is the second transformer loss. Okay, and third loss in a transformer is hysteresis loss. Hysteresis, hysteresis loss. So this is the third loss in a transformer. Okay, so third is the hysteresis loss. Okay, and this is also related with the core. Okay, iron core, this is also related with the iron core. So if you apply, so you know the transformer. Okay, primary, secondary, and the two line indicates it is a iron core. So we know the structure of this transformer. As this magnetic field produced by primary is cut by the secondary, same time it is cut by the iron core. So because of this, you know that this changing magnetic field is cut by the iron core. So this changing magnetic field we named that as a magnetizing force. Okay, we named that is magnetizing force. Okay, so it is a magnetizing force which magnetize the core. Okay, which magnetize the iron core. Okay, so this magnetizing force means the magnetic field. This magnetic field is cut by the iron core, and because of that there is the iron core gets magnetized, and this magnetized core also generates some magnetic field. Okay, it generates some magnetic field or flux. Magnetic field or flux. Okay, it is it is named as a flux. Okay, so if we plot, that means if we increase the magnetizing force, how we are going to increase this magnetizing force, magnetic field? By increasing the applied voltage. If we increase the voltage, so if we increase the voltage, the magnetic field increases, that is magnetizing force increases. As magnetizing force increases, the core gets more magnetic. Okay, as the core gets more magnetized, it generates a magnetic field. Okay, so this magnetic field also generated by some core. Okay, if you plot the graph, between magnetizing force and this flux, okay, flux density. Okay, that is a magnetic field or flux. Okay, so this is the flux density. Density means number of lines crosses in a unit area. That is the flux density. Okay, if we increase the magnetizing force by increasing the voltage, then flux density goes on increasing. Okay, as we increase the magnetizing force, as magnetizing force decreases, it does not follow the same path. There is some residual magnetic field, so if this magnetizing force becomes zero, you get some magnetic field. Okay, so again it becomes constant. Again, if we decrease, doesn't follow the same path, so it is like this. So this kind of variation is called as hysteresis. H1STERESIS, hysteresis. So this kind of variation is known as hysteresis. Okay, so as magnetizing force increases, magnetic flux density increases. As it decreases, it doesn't follow the same path, it goes to this another path, and similarly you get this type of curve which is called as hysteresis, and this much curve indicate the loss of the flux or energy. The flux is nothing but energy, so that much energy is lost in a transformer. When the magnetizing force becomes zero, it is not a zero. Okay, when it is magnetizing force zero, it is not a zero. So this type of loss is known as hysteresis loss. Okay, so this kind of loss can be decreased by using soft iron core, okay, or silicon steel. Okay, so this kind of variation is known as hysteresis, and which is called as hysteresis loss, which can be reduced by the using soft iron material. So this is all about the losses in a transformer. Okay, so losses in a transformer is that because of this losses, efficiency is not 100%, so therefore it is less than 100%, and this efficiency is not equal to 100%. That is because of this copper loss, that is because of resistance of copper wire. It can be reduced by using thick copper wire. There is another eddy current loss, is circulating current, so it can be reduced by using laminated sheets. And the third loss is the hysteresis loss, which is also core loss. Hysteresis loss is core loss, and eddy current loss is also core loss. And there is the copper loss, that is because of the wire. So this kind of structure is called as hysteresis because of magnetizing force, and the flux density varies, not follows. Okay, so you have to know this graph. Okay, so this hysteresis loss, and it can be reduced by using soft iron core or silicon steel. Okay, so this is all about the losses in a transformer. So now we are going to see the types of transformer. Types of transformer. Okay, so first type is a power transformer. Okay, so this power transformer is generally used in a power supplies. Okay, so primary is connected to AC, which is converted to low AC, and then it is after that it is rectified by using the rectifier. So in this type of transformer, such transformer are used to designed on up to 50 hertz frequency. Okay, such power transformers are used to design on a 50 hertz frequency, which are going to use on a 50 hertz frequency. Okay, so this type of transformer is worked on 50 hertz frequency. Okay, so on 50 hertz, 50 to 60 hertz, it shows a proper response. Okay, so that this is also power transformer which is used in a DC power supplies. So this one we have to apply AC volt to 30 volt with a 50 hertz frequency to the primary, and this one is the 3 terminals are the secondary. It is a center tap transformer. Okay, so this is a power transformer. Second one is audio transformer. Okay, audio transformer. So it is used to operate on 20 hertz to 20 kilohertz. Okay, so it is used on this range 20 hertz to 20 kilohertz. So such type of transformer is used on a audio frequency known as audio frequency transformer, AF transformer. Okay, such type of transformers are used in audio amplifier for interstage coupling. Okay, so on this audio frequency range. Okay, it may be both the types, step up or step down. Okay, so these transformers are step up also or step down also. Okay, so this is audio transformer which is used in audio amplifiers. Okay, or in an amplifier which is used at the output stage of the power amplifier. Okay, so third one is radio frequency amplifier. Radio frequency amplifier, obviously, which is used on a radio frequency, so it is known as RF transformer. Okay, RF transformer. So this RF transformer is generally used in a radio frequencies for a resonant circuit. Okay, it is used for resonant circuit or interstage coupling. Okay, suppose this is a one amplifier, another amplifier. You can use the primary and secondary of the transformer in between these two amplifiers. That is called as interstage coupling. Okay, such type of couplings are used with the radio frequency transformer. Fourth one is IFT, intermediate transformer. So what is intermediate transformer? Intermediate frequency transformer, IFT. Okay, so this transformer is used on a range 455 kilohertz. Okay, so this 455 kilohertz is known as intermediate frequency. So mainly such transformer is used in receivers. It is used in receivers. Receiver means what? We know that our Radio Mirchi station is 98.3 megahertz. Okay, so this 98.3 megahertz contains signals, audio signal. Okay, audio signal. Any song, any type of speech, any type of ads, RJs are shouting on this same frequency. Okay, so this 98.3 megahertz is the frequency of that Radio Mirchi so that all the signals are included on this 98.3 megahertz. But actually whatever we are listening is the range 20 hertz to 20 kilohertz. Briefly, it is 20 hertz to 20 kilohertz. But